Hey guys, what's up? It's Patrick here, and today bringing you guys the next episode of my Let's Play Clash of Clans series. And today we're going to go ahead and do some upgrades around our base, and I've already started off with one of the wizard towers as well as one of the mortars. So I'm going to go ahead and keep doing some upgrades today. As far as what I want to upgrade, I already have the balloons going inside of the laboratory, and then for gold, I could probably do something like the third mortar right here, and then for elixir, I don't really have too many useful elixir upgrades left. I could do the dark barracks, I could do the dark elixir storage. If I save up enough, I could do the dark elixir drill, which would definitely be my number one priority, seeing as I'm trying to get to the barbarian king, and I'm only at 3.8 thousand dark elixir right now. So let's just go ahead and do some raids, see what we get, and do the upgrades towards the end of the episode. Alright, so starting out on base number 1. Looks like this guy actually has a mix between the mines, pumps, as well as the storages, which is sort of rare around this trophy level. Usually you have people that have quit the game, or who are like active raiders, so you're either going to find all the resources inside the mines and pumps, or you're going to find all the resources inside of the storages. But this guy actually has a pretty healthy mix, so I'm just going to go ahead and start attacking from the bottom, and see if I can make my way into the center of this guy's base. Alright, so we're destroying some of the mines and pumps on the outside, and I drop archers there just to see exactly how much was inside of those, and it looks like there really wasn't too much, and most of it's actually going to be inside of the storages instead. So I'm definitely going to want to make my way towards the center, and I'm just going to start spamming some goblins, and hopefully they'll be able to break through this last layer. Alright, so the wall breakers went through. Looks like they made an entry point right next to that elixir storage. Still taking care of that gold mine on top that's under construction, and it looks like I should have plenty of goblins to go towards the center and steal from those storages. So at this point, we're sitting at 57%. Looks like the town hall is going to go down in just a second, seeing as I have plenty of archers left. And this guy really doesn't have any splash damage left besides that mortar. So maybe if my goblins can break through or something like that, we might be able to take that down and try to get to 3 stars. Because remember, once all the gold mines, elixir pumps, storages, and a dark elixir stuff goes down, the goblins are actually pretty powerful, as well as they're super quick, so they're able to avoid a lot of the splash damage. So I'm just hoping my guys can break through in time, and we might have a chance to get 3 stars on this base. Alright, so you can see the goblins are actually hugging really, really close to the mortar, and because of that, the mortar can't shoot at them, and instead the mortar was targeting the archers, and now I have a bunch of goblins just running throughout the base. They're going to destroy the last couple of buildings, and that's going to get us 3 stars for this raid. So don't forget that goblins can always be a pretty powerful tool. If you have a couple of them left and you want to destroy the rest of a base, as long as there isn't any resource buildings left, you're definitely going to be able to deal out a lot of damage, and in this case, we got 3 stars, 21 trophies, and 455,000 resources. Alright, so solid raid there. Let's go ahead and check out this next one here. And this guy has 384,000 gold and 317,000 elixir. Again, taking a look at where I want to attack from, seems like it's a pretty good mix between the mines, pumps, and storages. So I'm going to take care of the mines and pumps first and foremost, since generally those seem to have more than the storages, especially in a case like this, where I can see that there are tombstones and the elixir pumps look pretty full. And I'm also going to try to crack my way into the center of the base, because this guy hasn't done a good job of separating his storages, and they're all just in the center compartment, so I'm going to go ahead and attack from there. So I usually never use lightning spells because they're not very cost effective, but in this instance, this raid has so many resources that it's definitely worth it to get rid of both that mortar and wizard tower right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack from the bottom hand side, and try to make my way into the center with my giants, wall breakers, goblins, and archers. So what I decided to do is I was going to use my goblins up front in the beginning to take care of these elixir pumps, and then looking where I want to drop my giants from, this guy sort of has his base set up to where the archer tower cannon, and archer tower on the bottom right. I was thinking there was going to be spring traps. If you see me sprinkling goblins right now, I was worried that the spring traps would get rid of my giants before they could do anything, but I used the goblins as bait, and now that I baited out any traps that would have been there, I can just drop the rest of my troops, and I know that my giants aren't going to get flung off the map, because if there were spring traps there, that would have been really bad for my giants. I might have only had like 2 of those left, and because of that, I might not have been able to get into the center of this guy's base, seeing as my goblins and archers would have been torn apart. Alright, so things are looking pretty good right now, just dropping the rest of my troops. Again, I already took care of one of the mortars and the wizard tower, so I'm not worried about those too much. My giants will take care of the ones in the center, and then my archers are just going to follow up from the back, as well as my goblins, and we'll be able to get all the resources for this raid. So this one's looking pretty solid right now. This one might be another 3-star if we get lucky. I'm also going to drop my goblins through here to see if we can get to that dark elixir drill, just in case the ones in the center don't get to it. And seeing as there's no splash damage left, they're going to work their way through that wall, take care of that dark elixir drill, and get us all of the resources for this raid. So pretty solid raid so far. Looks like there's only a couple of defensive buildings left, but unfortunately, I'm thinking since We don't have any more giants left. We're not going to be able to get that 3rd star. Plus, there's a cannon hiding behind the wall right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and surrender, take my resources, and leave. And in the end, we stole over 700,000 resources, plus 400 Dark Elixir, and 12 trophies from this raid. So this was definitely a really good raid. I like using this army composition against bases like that have a pretty easy core to get to, as well as the mines and pumps are easily accessible on the outside. And let's go ahead and wrap it up with one more raid. And if we can get all the elixir from this base, we'll actually have enough to upgrade our Dark Elixir drill, and that's definitely going to help us out when we're trying to get our king. We've already gotten over 600 Dark Elixir today, which is pretty good. I think I mentioned in the last episode, I'm going to try to get into the centers of base more, so I can find those Dark Elixir storages rather than attack the mines and pumps. So I'm just going to keep doing that over the next 2 or 3 episodes, and we should have our king in no time, and that's going to be pretty awesome when we do. Alright, so taking a look at this base, I decided I would open up 3 separate entry points for my goblins to go into, because I wanted to make sure that I didn't have all my goblins attacking the storages that really don't have too much in them, and I just wanted to spread myself out rather than have the mortars and the wizard towers doing an insane amount of damage at the same time. And if I get lucky and destroy most of the resource buildings, again, my goblins are going to turn into a crazy attacking machine. Should be able to help me get 3 stars, but let's just go ahead and check it out and see if we can at least get into the center of the base and steal all the resources. So we've pretty much stolen all of the gold already, and looking at the elixir, we're already over 1.9 million, close to 1.95 million, so as long as we can get these elixir pumps down, then I'll be pretty happy with this raid. Even if we don't get 3 stars, we can still shoot down that town hall, and then after that I can surrender and we can go back to base and do our upgrades. So we're sitting at 1.3 million gold, 2 million elixir on the dot, and we really didn't go over too much. I think I might have lost like 20,000 elixir for being capped out on my storages, but my archers are going to shoot down that town hall, and seeing as there's so many defenses left, I actually might be able to go for the 3-star by using goblins, but actually with 2 mortars there, it's better to just surrender and wrap it up and head back to base. So in total, 194,000 gold, 228,000 elixir. Let's go ahead and head back, see what we can upgrade, and that'll wrap it up for the episode today. Alright, so like I said, elixir-wise, I definitely wanted to upgrade that Dark Elixir drill. That was my #1 priority. We do have 1.3 million gold, and we have a couple of different choices on what we want to upgrade. I actually upgraded a gold mine before I did that last raid, so we still have 2 builders left. I'm going to use the first one on the Dark Elixir drill here. That's going to give me another 15 Dark Elixir per hour, which is pretty valuable, as well as the capacity is going to increase. And then for the gold, like I said, I definitely want to upgrade this mortar as soon as possible, and now all of my mortars and wizard towers are going to be maxed out for Town Hall 7, and I can start working on some of the other defenses, like the Archer Tower, Tesla, and I can probably start getting into the wall soon, but we'll just see as the episodes go along. So that's going to wrap it up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you drop a like, and I do have a brand new video coming out tomorrow, so make sure you guys check that out. I will see you guys later. Peace out.